You're not gonna believe this, but the number still shocks me every time I say it out loud. Around 80% of adults over 60 live with chronic back pain.
That's not an exaggeration. 8 out of 10 people waking up stiff, struggling to bend, just managing pain all day.
You're right, and honestly, kind of dangerous when you think about how normal we've made it.
Now here's where it gets amazing. A landmark study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed more than 5,000 adults for almost 10 years, nearly a decade.
And what they found completely flipped the script on back pain. People who did specific, targeted exercises reduced their pain by up to 70% compared to those relying on medication or rest alone.
70%? That's not a little better. That's life-changing.
And get this, only 3 exercises, no gym, no fancy equipment.
No endless physical therapy sessions, just 3 simple movements that actually work with the aging spine instead of fighting it.
You're probably thinking, I've tried exercises before. Yeah, most people have.
And many made things worse. That's because those routines weren't designed for a spine over 60.
Discs change, muscles change, even how your nervous system processes pain changes.
These movements account for all of that.
And wait until you hear this part. Researchers at Stanford University studied over 1,200 adults with chronic back pain.
One specific exercise outperformed stretching, strengthening, massage, even manipulation combined. That's wild.
The lead researcher said it should be a first-line treatment for anyone over 60.
Let's walk through all 3, building up to that unexpected, game-changing movement.
And before we start, tell us your age and where you're watching from.
And subscribe our channel, Longevity Steps. We really do read every comment.
Number 3, the cat-cow stretch. I know what you're thinking already. That sounds too basic.
And honestly, that reaction makes sense. But this is one of those cases where simple doesn't mean ineffective.
In fact, the research behind it is pretty eye-opening. A study from the University of Pittsburgh followed 240 adults with chronic lower back pain over 16 weeks.
Half of them added the cat-cow stretch to their daily routine, and the other half kept doing what they'd always done. The results were hard to ignore.
The cat-cow group reported a 42% reduction in pain intensity and a 38% improvement in daily activities from one movement. That's huge.
You're right. That's actually amazing.
So what's going on inside the spine? When you move from the rounded cat position into the arched cow position, you're gently moving each vertebra one by one.
This is spinal articulation. For people over 60, this is incredibly important because spinal discs lose hydration as we age.
They get stiff and less resilient. The cat-cow motion acts like a pump, helping fluid move back into those discs.
Think of squeezing and releasing a sponge in water. That's exactly what's happening.
And it doesn't stop there. The muscles running along your spine, called the erector spinae, are often locked in a constant state of tension with chronic pain.
When that happens, they compress the spine and limit blood flow. The slow, rhythmic nature of cat-cow teaches those muscles to contract and relax again.
That's a big deal.
Here's how to do it properly. Start on your hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. That setup matters.
Take a slow breath in. As you exhale, round your spine toward the ceiling, let your head drop, tuck your tailbone. Hold for 2 or 3 seconds.
Then, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest slightly, and let the spine gently arch the other way. That's the cow.
Move slowly. Don't rush it. A study in the European Spine Journal showed people who moved slowly during spinal mobility exercises improved flexibility by 50% more than those who moved fast.
Aim for about 5 seconds in each position. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions twice a day. Morning and evening work best.
If the floor isn't comfortable, a seated version still delivers about 75% of the benefits, which is still very effective.
And yes, if you have severe osteoporosis or spinal stenosis, talk to your doctor first. For most people, though, this is safe, simple, and powerful.
Now that you understand spinal mobility, let's move on to the next exercise, because this is where things really start to build. Number 2, the bird dog. And honestly, this is where things start to get really interesting.
You're right, this one doesn't look impressive at first glance.
but the science behind it is powerful.
Researchers at the University of Waterloo, home to one of the world's leading spine biomechanics labs, found that the bird dog activates the deep stabilizing muscles of the spine better than almost any other exercise.
We're talking about the multifidus muscles, the tiny muscles that connect one vertebra to the next.
These are often badly weakened in people with chronic back pain. Strengthening them has been shown to reduce pain recurrence by up to 64% over 3 years.
That's massive.
And here's why this matters even more after 60. As we age, sarcopenia causes us to lose muscle, especially the small stabilizers, not the big visible muscles.
So you might still feel strong overall, but your spine may lack stability. When that happens, larger muscles overwork to compensate. Tension builds and pain follows.
The bird dog directly fixes that problem.
Biomechanically, it's brilliant. Extending opposite arm and leg challenges stability without loading the spine.
EMG research shows the bird dog activates the multifidus at about 40% of max effort, which is perfect for building endurance without strain.
Compare that to sit-ups, which often compress the spine and make things worse.
You're right, that's dangerous.
Here's how to do it properly. Start on hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Gently brace your core, like you're about to be poked in the stomach.
Don't hold your breath. From there, extend your right arm forward and left leg back.
Keep hips level, spine neutral, no sagging, no twisting. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds, breathing normally, then switch sides.
A study in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found 10-second holds led to 31% greater stability improvements than shorter holds.
Quality matters more than reps here. Aim for 8 to 12 reps per side, once daily, ideally after cat-cow.
So if that's too challenging, start with just an arm or just a leg. That's smart, not weak.
Research from Archives of Physical Medicine shows gradual progress leads to better long-term results.
Consistency is everything. Regular, gentle practice works far better than occasional, intense effort.
With mobility from cat-cow and stability from bird dog, you're now ready for the most surprising exercise of all, the #1 movement for back pain over 61.
Number 1, walking. I know that probably wasn't what you expected. It sounds almost too simple.
But once you see the science, it's hard to ignore. In fact, this is the moment where even skeptical spine specialists started changing their recommendations.
A massive systematic review published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine analyzed data from over 10,000 participants across multiple randomized controlled trials.
They compared walking to everything: specific back exercises, massage, spinal manipulation, stretching. And the result?
Walking produced equal or better improvements in pain and function for adults over 60. That's huge.
You're right, that's shocking.
But what really stood out was adherence. People actually kept walking.
And in back pain recovery, the exercise you do consistently will always beat the perfect exercise you quit after 3 weeks. That part is critical.
Physiologically, walking is almost tailor-made for the aging spine. Each step creates gentle, rhythmic loading and unloading of the spine, which improves fluid exchange in the discs.
Studies using advanced MRE imaging showed improved disc hydration after 6 months of regular walking. Discs literally got healthier. That's amazing.
Walking also tackles central sensitization, where the nervous system becomes overly sensitive to pain.
Through exercise-induced hypoalgesia, walking helps the brain dial down pain signals. A study from the University of Queensland found measurable improvements in pain processing after just 8 weeks.
Then there's inflammation. A 12-week walking study published in Brain, Behavior, and Immunity showed a 33% drop in C-reactive protein and a 29% reduction in interleukin-6, both tied directly to reduced back pain.
That's not small.
So, how do you walk for pain relief? Aim for at least 20 minutes, 5 to 7 days a week. Moderate pace, slightly breathless but still able to talk.
Research shows this pace delivers 44% greater pain reduction than slow walking. Start where you are, even 10 minutes, and increase gradually. That approach leads to far better long-term success.
Softer surfaces help. Cushioned shoes can reduce spinal impact by up to 25%.
And walking with someone, even better. The Annals of Behavioral Medicine found greater improvements when people walked with a partner or group. Mood improves and pain often follows.
And before you go, here's something important. While walking is incredibly powerful, it's not the whole story, especially when it comes to preventing falls as we age.
That's why I highly recommend watching our another video, Are You Doing 5 Fall Preventing Exercises? Orthopedic surgeon warns walking isn't enough. It builds perfectly on what we talked about today and shows you what walking alone can't fix.
If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel Longevity Steps so you don't miss videos that help you stay strong, mobile, and independent for years to come.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.